Good morning, Alex. How you doing? Hey, Leo. And Boker Tov to everyone who's out there in Facebook and YouTube land as we live stream our services. We're going to begin momentarily. I just kind of want to make sure all our tech is in place and everything is going okay. There we are. Okay. All righty. So Hillel is coming into the room here. Leo, how you doing? Morning. Okay. Cantor Berkovich. I am more than glad to begin services. I didn't know if you wanted to lead any of it. Totally your call. You're absolutely fine just being daddy today. Alex, I can't hear you.
I do not have a siddur here with me.
No problem at all. I got you covered. So, good okay, so everybody, I just wanted to give you the option. So,
thank you.
All righty. So again, good morning, everyone. We're going to begin with a little bit of Modeh Ani, a little bit of gratitude there, and then we will turn to page 6 and dive into our tefillah. Hey, Danielle. And again, and anyone who wants to join us here in the Zoom room, you're more than welcome to. I think Hillel is about to probably. Yeah, Hillel's so good at this. Hillel's Zoom link. So
just go in there now.
Right. We'll begin, as I say, with a little bit of Modeh Ani. Page 1 in our Siddur. Modeh Ani lefanecha melech chai v'kayam shechech ezarta binishmati b'chemla Rabba emunatecha.
Just go in there now.
We'll begin, as I say, a little bit of Melech Chai v'kayam shechech ezarta binishmati b'chemla Rabba emunatecha. Alrighty, my friends, we continue now on page 6. I invite everyone to please rise as we begin with the Birchot HaShachar with our opening blessings. Excuse me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lesach bivin alevkim ben yom uben laila. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shesani b'tzamo. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shesani Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shesani ben chorin. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pokeach ivrim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam malbish arumim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zokef kefufim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam roka haaretz al hamayim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shasa likol tzorki. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamechim et tzedek gaver. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ozer Yisrael b'gvura. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam oter Yisrael b'tifara. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hanokein li'ayev koach. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamavir shteina min ha'para. Uhnenu hayom v'chol yom lachem l'chesed arachamim v'einecha v'nei ko'enu v'tiglenu chasadim tovim Baruch atah Adonai gomel chasadim tovim le'amo Yisrael. Maybe see as we continue page 14. Mizmor shir Chanukat habayit leDavid aramim ka'Adonai ki delitas. L'man yisamecha chavod v'lo yidam Adonai Elohai le'olam odecha. Page 15, Mourner's Kaddish. Hold on a quick second. I'm just going to admit cantor air off. Mourner's Kaddish. Invite anyone currently reciting Mourner's Kaddish, observing outside. Join with me. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. Ve'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala u'bizman kari v'yimru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam lo me'amaya. Yitbarach, Yishtabach, Yitpa'ar, Yitramam, Yitmaseh, Yithadar, Yitaleh, Yitalal, Shemei, Dekudasha, Barichu, Le'ila min kol birchata v'shirata, Tush b'chata v'nechmata, Da'amiran v'yama v'imru, Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Osei shalom b'mramav, Huya asei shalom, Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Alrighty, we continue now with Psukei de Zimra, and we begin with Baruch Shemar on page 16. Please rise. Baruch Shemar b'haya olam, Baruch hu, Baruch Oseh v'reshit, Baruch Omer v'yoseh, Baruch Ozer Mekayem, Baruch Merechem al haaretz, Baruch Merechem al briot, Baruch Meshalem Sachar Tov l'reav, Baruch Hai la'ad v'kan l'netzach, Baruch Parei Matzil, Baruch Shemo, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, ha'el ha'av ha'rachaman ha'mitnah. Yachid Chei Halmi Melech Meshubakum for Adat Shmel Gadol Baruch atah Adonai Melech Mechulal Batishbachot. May be seated, page 21. Ashrei Yoshev Beitecha Od Yalu Chasel Ashrem Shekacha Lo Ashrem Shnei Elohav Tila Lo David Aramim Chalachem Melech Baruch Shemcha Leolam Ba'ed B'cholim. Tilat Adonai Adar Ber Pidi Var Kabasar Shem Kachol Elam Ved Vanach Nerechiem Et Elam Hallelujah 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 Nafshi Et Adonai. Adonai Shomer Kirim Yatom V'Yamanai Yadad V'Derech Hashim Yaveit Yimloch Adonai Le'olam El Ha'achtzin L'Dov Ador Hallelujah Hallelujah Kitov Zar Malahinu Kinaim Navad Tehila Bonei Yerushalayim Anayim Chei Yisrael Yichanei Sarah Felish. Mahagid Rav Yaakov, who kav mishpatav liYisrael, lo asachem l'chol goyim mishpatim b'yadu'um. Hallelujah, 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 et Adonai min hashamayim, hallelujah, ba'am aromim, hallelujah, melchav. Vayaren Karen Lamo Tila Lechol Chasidav Livnei Yisrael Am Krovo. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Shir Mashiach Chadash Tzobechad Chasidim. לאסום אחיכם בזיקים ונכבדיכם וחבלי ברזל, לעשות מהם משפט כתוב, הדחו לכל חסידיו, הללויה, הללויה, הללויה בקודשו, הללויה ברכיו זו, הללויה ברותיו. הללויה בצלצלי שמע, הללויה בצלצלי תרועה, כל הנשמה תהלליה, הללויה, כל הנשמה תהלליה, הללויה, ברוך אדוני לעולם, אמן ואמן, ברוך אדוני מצן שכן ירושלים, הללויה. Baruch Adonai Elohim Elohei Yisrael Eloheinu Niflot Levado Uvaruch Shem Kavodo Le'olam V'Melechot Al Aretz Amen Ve'Amen. Alrighty, my friends, we just keep rolling right along. So with your permission, top of page 29, Yishtabach. Yishtabach Shimcha Li'ad Malkeinu Ha'el HaMelech HaGadol Kadosh V'Shamayim V'Aretz Ki Lechaneh. Brachot v'odot me'atav yad olam baruch atah Adonai el melech gadol batishbachot el ha'odot Adonai niflaot habocher b'shirei zimra melech elchei ha'olamim yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabba v'alma divrach yutei v'mlich malchutei b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayerecho beit Yisrael b'gala uvizman kariv v'yimru Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbam mevarach le'olam lomei almaya. Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yidamam v'yidnaseh v'yitzadah v'yitaleh v'tlal shmei dekudesha b'richu le'elam min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechmata damiran mi'alma v'yimru. Amen. Rise page 30 as we face east for the Barchu. Barchu et Adonai havorach. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Vaed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Yotzer Or V'rei Choshech Osei Shalom Uvorei Et HaKol. You may be seated as we continue on page 30. HaMe'ir La'aretz U'ladon L'charim Brachamim Uv'tuvo Madesh B'chuyam Tamid Maseh V'reshit Ma'rabu Masecha V'aykom B'chachlasik. Titzbarak Serena Malkina Vago Elena Bareka Hashim Shtabak Shimcha Yom Malkina. Kulam ahuvim kulam barim kulam gibarim v'kulam osim be'ema u've'ratzon kanam v'kulam potim be'hem tishav Torah b'shira u'zimra u'varchim shabchim farim maritzim makdishim u'mamlichim et shem ha'el ha'melech ha'gadol ha'gibor v'amra kadoshu v'kulam mekablim alechem o malchut shamayim zeh mizeh v'nonim reshut zeh lazeh latishet menachat ruach V'safrav Rav the Makadosha Kulam Kichadanim V'Omrim Bira Kadosh 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 Adonai Tzvot Melech Kol Aretz Kevodo V'Ofanim V'Chayot HaKodesh B'Rash Gadol Minasim L'Matzrafim L'Mitam B'Shadchim V'Omrim Baruch Kevod Adonai Mim Kamol. Or Chadash Otzion Ta'ir V'Niskei Chulana Mehera Le'ero Baruch Atah Adonai Yotzer HaMei Orot Ahava Rabba Ahavtanu Adonai Eloheinu Chemla Gedola. Vahavienu leshalameh ba'kanfot haaretz v'tolichenu k'mir le'artzeinu ki el poel yishvot ata uvanu v'charta mikolav v'lashon v'kerevtan l'shulcha gadol sel bitmet l'odot l'chayich et chabihava baruch atah Adonai habocher b'yamo Yisrael be'ahava Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Ve'afta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uvshachbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha v'haya im shemoa tishmeru mitzvah asher anochi mitzvah. Adonai Elohechem behemet v'yatziv v'nachon v'kam. L'dor v'ador hu kayam l'shmo kayam v'chiso nachon u'malchuto v'emanoto le'ad kayamet u'rav chaim v'kayamim v'nemanim v'nechnadim l'adolmei olamim al abatenu v'aleinu al b'neinu v'al dorteinu v'al kol dorot zera Yisrael. Emet shetahu Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu Malkeinu Melech Avotenu Golenu Goel Avotenu Yotzreinu Tzui Shuatenu Podenu Matzilenu Me'olam Shemecha Ein Elohim Zulatecha Ezrat Avotenu Atahu Me'olam Magen U'Moshiach Livnecha Machem B'chol Dor V'Ador. Tihilot le'el el yom baruchum vorach Moshe v'nei Yisrael lecha anushra b'simcha rabba v'yamru chulam mi chamocha b'alim Adonai mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh norati lo tosef ele shira chadasha shibechu geulim l'shimcha al satayam yachad kulam hodu b'him lechu ve'ameru Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed to Yisrael kuma be'ezrat Yisrael uvdech nimecha Yehuda ve'Yisrael go aleinu Adonai tzvaot shemo kedosh Yisrael baruch at Adonai gal Yisrael. Turn now to page 36b as we now continue with the opening blessings of the Amidah. We join together with those opening blessings, and then we continue on at our own pace through the end of the Amidah, goes to the end of page 44. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor VaNorah El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei HaKol V'Zocher Chasdei Avot U'Mevi Goel Livnei Bneihem L'man Shemo B'Yahava Melech Ozer Fokei Moshiach Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Abraham Ufokei Tzara Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayei Metim Atav Rav Lo Shia Mashiv HaRuach HaMarid Hashem Mechalkel Hayim B'Chesed Mechayei Metim B'Rachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Brofech Olim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Meto Lishenei Afar Michamocha Bal Gevurot Umidam Elach Melech Memit Umechayem Atzmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman atah l'chayot metim, Baruch atah Adonai, mechayei hametim. Nekadesh et shemcha b'olam kashem shema kishim oto b'shmei marom, kakatu v'yad neviecha, v'karazeh el zev yamar. Kadosh, 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 Adonai tzvot, Melech haaretz kavodo, l'matam baruch yomerim. Baruch kavod Adonai mimkamo, divrei kodshecha katuv lemor. Yimloch Adonai le'olam Elohai Tzion l'dor v'ador, Hallelujah. L'dor v'ador negigu lechet netzachim kedushat chai nafish, v'shivchacha Eloheinu v'kinu lo yamush le'olam va'ed, ki amel kadosh v'kadosh atah Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. There it is. Alrighty, my friends. because we are fortunate and blessed to be in the presence of a bar mitzvah, or someone who's in the process of celebrating his bar mitzvah. And with his dad there, Alex, we're just going to skip Tachanan and go straight to the Chatzi Kaddish. Yitkadav Yitkadav Shemei Rabba Be'amal Dibra Chutei V'mlich Malchutei V'chayechanu B'yamechanu V'chayrecha V'Yisrael B'agalav Yizman Kariv Yimru Amen Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevarach Le'olam L'me'el Maya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitram V'yanazeh V'yitadav V'yitalev T'lal Shmei D'Kudisha B'richu Le'ela Min Kol Berchata V'shirata Tush B'chata V'nechmata Damiran B'yamav V'yimru Amen. Okay, my friends, time for a little bit of our Torah learning together. So we're going to begin with our blessing for Torah study. Invite you to join with me if you wish. And also invite you if you have anyone that you'd like to send out some Torah love to, or any particular thing that's on your mind right now that you want to be able to kind of send out an intention towards. My intention for this morning as we gather for our Torah service is just that wishing everyone this renewed sense of chizuk, this renewed sense of strength, as we once again have to take upon ourselves greater restrictions as we head into a very dangerous time in our cities dealing with this pandemic. So I wish everyone, and just trying to send strength to everyone in terms of being able to maintain those restrictions and the social distancing and the hand washing and the mask wearing and all the things that we know are really important to kind of maintain everybody's health and well-being. So we join together for this blessing for Torah study. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. We acknowledge you, God, as the life of all life, as the source of all life, and we're grateful for opportunities to come together, to learn, to grow, and hopefully figure out how to do human better. Amen. Okay, so this week's Torah portion, Parshat Vayishlach. So much amazing material in it. Primarily, though, the for me at least, the most dramatic thing, and I think for many people, is at the very beginning of this Torah portion. This is where we have Jacob is returning back to the land, and he's about to confront his brother Esau, from whom he ran away 20 years ago because Esau wanted to kill him. You know, sometimes people say, hey, I could just kill that person, and you just kind of mean it as a joke. Well, 20 years ago, Esau wasn't joking about it. Right? Esau wanted to kill him. And unlike me, who if I said, I want to kill someone, I don't really have much of the ability in that. But Esau was a hunter. So when Jacob fled, Jacob had very good reason to flee, thinking that his life was really in danger. And coming back, he still has that anxiety. And so he goes through a process of protecting himself. And trying to appease Esau and protecting all that he has. And so he goes through both sending gifts to Esau ahead of time and then dividing up his property, his camps. And then when he eventually actually meets with Esau, he's going to send everyone ahead of him, like first the children and then the wives and everybody, and then him. Like he's really trying to kind of cushion all of this as much as possible. But what he cannot cushion himself from is once he sends everyone across the Yavok River and he goes back himself, and he is by himself in the camp, he wrestles with this person. I mean, he wrestles throughout the night, not knowing that the person was an angel. He wrestles throughout the night. And then as the break of dawn came, as the Torah says, the text reads how the two are struggling, and here's what the text says. Jacob was left alone, and a man wrestled with him until the break of dawn. When he saw that he had not prevailed against him, he, this particular man, wrenched Jacob's hip at its socket, so that the socket of his hip was strained as he wrestled. Then he said, "Let go of me, for dawn is breaking." But he answered, "I will not let go unless you bless me." Said the other, "What is your name?" He replied, "Jacob." Said he, "Your name shall no longer be Jacob, but Israel, for you have striven with beings divine and human, and you have prevailed." Right? And then it concludes, this particular section concludes, that is why the children of Israel to this day do not eat the thigh muscle, which is identified as the sciatic nerve that is on the socket of the hip, since Jacob's hip socket was wrenched at the thigh muscle. So we have this custom, this dietary restriction of not eating the sciatic nerve that comes from a remembrance of this struggle with the angel, and how this angel touched Jacob's hip socket and wrenched it out of place. And therefore, to remember this moment, right, B'nai Yisrael, and as a number of commentaries note, this is the first time in the Torah that we are referred to as B'nai Yisrael. The children of Israel do not eat the sciatic nerve. Now, I'm not much of a meat eater, and I'm not much in terms of like cuts of meat, but I'm told that the sciatic nerve, what it meant is that it's so difficult to remove the sciatic nerve, means that really the hindquarters of the animal, for the most part, are sold by many butchers, unless they have the skill of removing the sciatic nerve. And I'm told that it is from these parts of the animal that the filet mignon comes from. So we're denying ourselves a really good cut of meat, supposedly. But the commentaries, when they dig into this, they ask a number of different questions. And one of them is, okay, so we remember this, but what exactly are we remembering when we remember this struggle? What is it about the struggle that we're remembering? Are we remembering just that he struggled? And most of the commentators are going to say no, and there's lots of different answers. And they range from some medieval commentators and midrashim saying, we remember this moment, we remember Jacob's heroism and courage. And one assumes the heroism perhaps of struggling with this divine being and not letting go and so forth. But one particular commentary, one particular medieval commentary, that's known as Hizkuni, a 13th century French a biblical commentator, says the following: not being able to eat the sciatic nerve, we don't do this out of remembrance of Jacob's courage or heroism. We do this as a punishment. This is a punishment for B'nai Yisrael. And what are we being punished for by not being able to eat the sciatic nerve? What is the thing that we have to remember? That our ancestors left Jacob alone. They left him alone to face this struggle. How could they do that? And so not being able to eat from this part of the animal is a reminder of the punishment that it's a punishment that's being laid upon us to remember that we left Jacob alone. So that's all the commentary says. And in considering it, one can reflect and say, okay, so what was the sin there for which we're being punished? What did they do wrong when they left him alone? And one can say, well, they didn't honor their parent. They didn't honor their parent and stay with them and leave them alone in the middle of the night. How could they? However, if you think about it, they could have been honoring their parent because Jacob told them to leave. Jacob is the one who did all of this. So the commentary is saying that we're being punished for actually listening to Jacob. So how do we resolve this? Since that's just too odd. And I think what the commentary is basically saying is this: we don't always know what's best for us. We can't always be relied upon to know exactly what it is that we should do for ourselves at all moments, at all points in time in our life. And sometimes we're going to say, hey, we want to be alone, go away, leave us. And sometimes that's appropriate for us to do. But sometimes it's not. Sometimes you don't listen to your parent when they say they want something or they want you to do something, they don't want you to do something. Because sometimes you have to think about what's in their best interest and understand that they might not be able to see what's in their best interest. And this puts people in a very difficult position, right? And we see this in a lot of different places in our lives where our parents or even someone that we love, not our parent, will be asking us to do something and we're thinking to ourselves, no, really, that is not, I understand that you want that, but that is not okay. So the simplest thing that I think of is when parents want to keep driving and they shouldn't. Right? And this is a struggle that I've seen so many of us go through as our parents age, where they're saying, I can do this, and we're looking at them and we have to assert over their wishes something that we believe is in their best interests. And what the commentary is saying here is that the children of Israel were too quick to listen to Jacob and assume that he knew exactly what was in his best interest. And so not eating this is a reminder of the fact that sometimes in certain circumstances, we can't always go along with what someone says, but we have to be able to assert that we understand what is in their best interest and push them to see that as well. This is an incredibly difficult situation to enter into. This is incredibly problematic, and there's no formula for doing it right. but we can't just do what others tell us to do when they ask us to do something and assume that in all circumstances they know what they should be doing. There are moments where we have to question. There are moments where we have to push. And this is what we're reminded of, according to this commentary, when it is that we do not eat this part of the animal. Alrighty, my friends, that is our Torah for this morning. We're going to conclude this part of our service with the Kaddish de Rabbanan on page 13 of our Siddur, of our prayer book. You may join with me if you wish. Yitzgadal v'yitzkadash shemei Rabbah. Be'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon u'v'yamechon u'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala u'vizman kari v'yimru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam lo me'almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitmaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalei v'yitalal shmei dekudesha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechmata da'amiran b'alma v'yimru. Amen. Al Yisrael v'al Rabbanan v'al Tamidechon, v'al kol Tamidei Tamidechon, v'al kol man doskim b'raita, diva tra haden v'diva kol atar v'atar. Yehei l'chon l'chon shlama rabba, china v'chista v'rachamin, v'chayin arichin v'zana revicha, or for kadam and kadam b'avahon divishmaya v'yimru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim tovim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Say shalom b'ramav, hu barachamav yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Alrighty, my friends, I am now going to turn things over to Cantor Aronoff, as we are not only being able to join together in tefillah, just for the joy of being able to do that, but we also get to do that with Leo Berkovich, who is going to be celebrating his bar mitzvah. So Cantor Aronoff, take it away.
Thank you very much, and Yasher Koach, Rabbi Bernhardt.
I didn't mean to do that.
You didn't mean to do that, but now here you are. Good. Sit down, relax. And Leo, step forward, young man. And Alex, unmute yourself. Alex, are you frozen? Oh, that would be unfortunate, wouldn't it? Do they look frozen to you? Yeah. Let's see if I can type into Alex, are you there? Oh, and there they went. So you know what? Maybe we should just go on until they come back. We can come back. Oh, wait. There they are. Alex, unmute yourself, Alex. You there?
Here.
Oh, yay. Hi, Alex.
Shalom, Leo.
Boker Tov. Leo, come on up.
I'm afraid that there is problem with my internet as well.
What?
Do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, I have a connect. Okay.
Leo, let's see you.
Yes. Hello.
Good morning. You look
Good
terrific in tefillin.
Thank you.
How does it feel to wear tefillin for the first time?
It's kind of cool, I guess.
Kind of cool. Okay,
Yeah.
good. I'm sure it feels cool and weird and different. And
Yeah.
I remember when I first started wearing tefillin, the amazing thing for me about it was I am literally wrapping myself in this whole experience here. And it's a very interesting feeling. So you look great in tefillin. It becomes you. Today, oh, hello, Julie. Good morning. Today is the first day, Leo, that we get to count you in the minyan for real as one of the official members of the minyan. That's a big day for you. That's a big day for us because it means we, Adat Ari, and the whole Jewish community can turn to you and can count on you to help make a minyan. All right. So that's a very important thing today, being that first day. So we would like to ask you, sir, to recite Shehachianu, after which we will all say Amen. Shehachianu being that bracha that reminds us of the importance and gives thanks to God for letting us all, you and us, reach the day when we can count you in our minyan. So would you please recite Shehachianu for us, and we're going to all answer Amen.
Yes. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Shehachianu v'kiyimanu v'higiyanu v'zman hazeh.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. So Leo, there are, as you may know, different prayers that we say during the Torah service. Generally, there's a Torah in front of us on the table, but times being as they are, we're going to imagine that there's a Torah in front of us on the table. And in fact, what's mentally in front of us on the table and spiritually in front of us on the table are the words that Rabbi Bernhard just shared with us about your Parsha. You know a whole lot more about your Parsha. You're going to share some stuff with us on Shabbat. But right now, with words of Torah in our minds and hearts, we can offer various prayers because we feel that this closeness that we always feel, we can offer a prayer at any time, is even more special in the presence of the Torah. One of those things we say is a mishaberach, literally meaning, may the one who blessed, ... our ancestor bless this person for this reason and this person for this reason. We are going to bless you, Leo, upon becoming a bar mitzvah. First, please tell me your name in Hebrew.
Aryeh.
Aryeh. That is a very good name for Leo, right? Aryeh. Your full name in Hebrew is Aryeh, son of your parents. So what is that name? Aryeh?
Aryeh ben Alexander and Rivka.
And Rivka. Okay. Aryeh ben Alexander Verivka. I got that. Hopefully I'll remember. So here we go. Mi sheberach avotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah hu yavarech et Aryeh ben Alexander Verivka shehigia le'mitzvot ve'ya'aleh lichvor hamakom ve'lichvor haTorah la'aliyah biyom Shabbat. Hakadosh Baruch Hu Yishmerehu v'Yichayehu v'Yichonen et libo liot shalem im Adonai Elohav lahagot b'Torato lelachet b'drachav v'lishmor mitzvotav v'yishlach bracha v'yatzlacha b'chol maseh yadav yihi ratzon sheyizku horav legadlo l'Torah u'lechupa u'lemasim tovim v'yimtzachen v'sechel tov b'nei Elohim v'yadam v'nomar Amen. Leo, that means may God, may the one who blessed our ancestors, Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah, bless you, Aryeh, son of Alexander Verivka, who, it says here, has been called to the Torah, but we're changing the tense, who will be called to the Torah on Shabbat upon reaching the age of mitzvot. With reverence for God and the Torah, may God continue to protect and sustain you, to help you to be wholehearted in your faith. By the way, to have faith does not mean that you can never ask questions. We're Jews, always ask questions, lots of questions. Continue to do that, it's a good thing. May God continue to guide you to study Torah, to fulfill mitzvot, and to walk in God's ways. May your parents, hear this, Alex? May your parents continue to guide you to maturity, to guide you, to continue guiding you to a love of Torah, to the chuppah. I always stop and ask, you know what a chuppah is, Leo?
No.
It's the wedding canopy. We hope you get there one day, should you desire that, and to a life of good deeds. That we already know you're on the way to and are doing. May you continue that forever. May you find favor before God and the community. And we all say amen and mazel tov. Hillel, you see Hillel throwing candy at you?
Yes.
Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, mazel tov, siman tov, mazel tov. Julie too. Mazel tov, siman tov, yeah. Ulecho Yisrael, Ulecho Yisrael, Yehelanu, Ulecho Yisrael, Yehelanu, Ulecho Yisrael. Leo, this is a simcha not only for your family, but ulechol Yisrael, for all of Israel, because we can now count on you, as I said, not only as an adult member to help make a minyan, but as another member of our community upon whom we can rely in general, as a responsible member of our community. So it is a simcha for all of Israel, for your family, for all of us here on Zoom, and for the 15 or 17 or however many there are or were on Facebook. We've got a lot of our regulars on Facebook. Jerome has made some very interesting comments about meat. And I see Danielle and Adam Spiegel, and all the way from New Orleans, I see Rabbi Silver. And so many other people that are here. We're all part of the community that welcomes you as in another phase of life. Obviously, you were welcomed already for many years, but in this phase of your life, we welcome you to the community in this way. And as I say to every bar bat mitzvah, this is just a step along your road. Just ask your father, right? In terms of continuing Jewish study and Jewish education, this goes your whole life long, Leo, in one way or another. So you now go to Heschel, right?
Yeah.
What grade are you in?
8th.
8th grade. Heschel stops at 8th grade, right? That's the
Yeah.
end?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you need to think about where you're going to school next year. Do you have any ideas where you want to go?
My dad says she'll have it or something.
Oh, okay. Then there you will be continuing your Jewish education. This is a good thing. There are places, whether you're in public school to continue your Jewish education or in day school to continue your Jewish education. You go to college, continue in one way or another, take a class, go to Hillel, do one thing or another. So thank you for being the responsible. I've had the pleasure of working with you as your tutor, and I see that you are a very responsible young man, and you put your mind to doing this, and you can do this beautifully. So we wish you a mazel tov, and we look forward to your bar mitzvah on Shabbat. In a moment, we're going to come back to you for Ashrei, unless that moment is now. Oh,
so.
Rabbi Bernhard says that moment is now. We have now, ladies and gentlemen, completed our Torah service, and we are turning to page 78, where Leo, our bar mitzvah of the week, will lead us in Ashrei, and I will represent the community, the kahal, in answering responsively with you, Leo.
Okay. Ashrei Ashrei Beiteha Ad Yehoru Chasava.
Ashrei ha'am shekachalo, Ashrei ha'am sharonai Elohav.
Tehila David. Aromim ha'Elohai ha'melech. Ve'avar hashim ha'olam va'ed.
V'chol yom avarcheka, va'ahalel shimcha li'olam va'ed.
Gadol Adonai u'hu ha'melod. U'idu ado ein heker.
Dor ledor yishabach ma'asecha, u'gvurotecha yagidu.
Hadai kevod hodecha. V'direini fotecha asiha.
Ve'ezus norotecha yomeru, u'gdulatcha asaprena.
Zeharaftucha yabiu. V'titacha yeranenu.
Hanun v'rachum Adonai, erech ha'paim u'gdol chased.
Tov Adonai lecho, v'kol, v'rachamav v'kol ma'asav.
Yoducha Adonai kol ma'asecha, v'chasidecha yevarchucha.
Kevod mahutecha yomeru, ugvuratecha yadaberu.
Lehodia livnei ha'adam gvurotav, u'chvod hadar malchuto.
Malchut ha'malchut kol ha'anim, u'memshaltecha bechol dor v'ador.
Domech Adonai l'chol hanoflim, v'zokef l'chol ha'kfufim.
Einei cholecha yesaberu, ve'ata noten lahem et echon be'ito.
Poteach et yadecha, u'maspia l'chol chai ratzon.
Tzadik Adonai bechol derahav, ve'chasid bechol ma'asav.
Parov Adonai l'chol korav, l'chol asher yikrouhu ve'emet.
Ratzon Yera'av Ya'aseh, ve'et Shavatam Yishma ve'yoshiyem.
Shomer Adonai et kol oavav, v'et kol rishayim yashmid.
Tehilat Adonai Yedaber Pi, v'yivarech kol basar shem kol shrovelam va'ed, ve'yanachnu nevarech ya, ve'yatzav ve'yadolam, hallelujah.
Yasher Koach, Leo, Toda Rabah. Thank you very much for doing that. And we wish you once again a Mazel Tov and look forward to Shabbat.
Thank you.
Mazel Tov, Leo Yasher Koach. Again, like Cantor says, looking forward to this coming Shabbat. We now continue in the middle of page 79. Lam Natzech Mizmor LeDavid. Lam Natzech Mizmor LeDavid. Hey makaru v'nafalu v'nachnu kamnu v'nito dad Adonai Hashem Elokeinu v'yam korenu uva l'tzion goel shafefe shakovnu Adonai. Top of page 80. V'anizu V'yata kadosh yeshevti lo Yisrael v'karazel ze v'yamar kadosh 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 Adonai tzvot melech haaretz kavodo. Vatisa Aini Rock Veshmacharai Kol Rash Gadol Baruch Kavod Adonai Mim Kamot Latni Rucha Vishma Adonai Yimloch Leolam Vaed. Vayivtuchu v'chayodei shemecha ki lo azaftar doshecha Adonai Adonai chefetz amansi ko yagdil Torah v'yadir yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabba v'yamadi vrachu tevim lechmachute b'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayedecho beit Yisrael b'agala b'zman kari v'yimru amen yehesh shmei rabba mevarach leolam lomei almaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yirma v'yidnase v'yitadar v'yitolei v'yitolal shmei dekudasha b'richu leila min kober chata v'shirata tush b'chata v'nechmata zamiran v'yalma v'yimru amen titkabel slaton v'aton d'chol Yisrael kadam avahon divishmaya v'yimru amen yesh lama rabba min shemaya v'chaim alem d'chol Yisrael v'yimru amen osei shalom b'ramav v'yasei shalom aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru amen. We turn now to page 83 as we rise for Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol Latet gedula leotzer breshit shelo asanu ki goei haratzot v'lo samanu k'mishpachot hadamam shelo sam chelkeinu kahem v'gohor aleinu kechol hamonam v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malkei halachim hakadosh baruch hu shehu notei shamayim v'yoser haaretz u'moshe b'karo b'shamayim imo u'shchinatu zo b'gavhei meromim hu Eloheinu eino od emek malkeinu efes ulato Kakatu b'torato v'yadata hayom v'hashevota el levavecha ki Adonai hu elim b'shamayim imo v'al haaretz mitachat eino al ken nikabe l'chad me'Eloheinu lirot mirah. Kakatu v'toratech Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayam hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. As we turn to page 24 for the Mourner's Kaddish, we have members of our congregation who are observing the yard sites of Aaron Allen, Michael Bronstein, Dr. Otto Kalina, Morris Resnick, Israel Albert Rosen, Bertha Shapiro, Ann Schiffman, and Marilyn Smith. If there's any names I've neglected to mention, I invite you to please share them in the comments that we have on Facebook. And also, if there's anything we've missed, please email me and we will try to take care of it within our database. At this time, we turn to page 84, and anyone who's currently reciting the Mourner's Kaddish or anyone who is observing yard site is invited to join with me in these words of remembrance and sanctification. Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah Bialma divrach yirute v'yamlich malchute. V'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala ubizman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach le'olam olamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitmaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudesha brichu. Le'elam minko birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechmata za'amiran v'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Osei shalom b'mromav hu ya'asei shalom aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. We turn now to page 89 for the psalm for today. Hayom yom chamishi b'shabbat shabo hayu halevi'im omrim b'beit hamikdash l'mnatzeh halagidit la'asaf. Misaneh Adonai Cheshulo v'itam le'olam v'echilechu mechelev hitam mitzor devash aspieka. We turn back to page 84 for the Mourner's Kaddish as we conclude our services for this morning. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah. Be'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala ubizman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach le'olam olamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitmaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudesha brichu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechmata da'amiran bi'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Osei shalom b'mromav hu ya'asei shalom aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. All righty, again, Boker Tov, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. A big shout out to Leo, Yasher Koch this morning, Leo. And as Cantor Enough said, look forward to sharing the Simcha with you this coming Shabbat. And also Mazel Tov to Alex. Yay! Mazel Tov, you guys, and to Regina and to everybody. And also, again, Yasher Koch for everyone for being here this morning. Great to be able to share a little tefillah with you. And as we go forward and we go out into the rest of the day, just want to remind everyone, Chizuk, my friends, keep up the fight, keep up the projections, keep up doing all the things that you need to do, not only to keep yourself safe and healthy, but also those around you as well. So live, love, and learn, everyone. Take care and be well.